Shalom, shalom. I would like to welcome you to the channel, Truth Be Told Flex Podcast. This is the Truth Be Told Flex Podcast Extra. I am Shia Yeshub Judah. If you are new to the channel and you find any value in the content, please subscribe to the content. Smash the like button as well. If you are a regular, I would like to say thank you and shalom. Please share the content. We try to get this information out to as many people who have ears that are able to hear, because the world is shaping up the way that the elite really wanted to shape up. Job 9:29, the earth was given into the hand of the wicked. And at this particular time in earth's history, the wicked is showing out the most. They are doing the most, as the young people say in today's time. Truth Be Told Flex Podcast Extra. Again, as I mentioned, we're going to have a plethora of in-depth topics this week. What I'm going to talk about right now is a topic that we bounced around to talk about Wednesday. It didn't make the cut because we felt like that there was another topic that was more important. You'll have to be with us Wednesday to find out what that topic is. But this here is just as important as that topic, because this particular topic has to deal with everybody who calls themselves an American, right? I do have a question, and the question that I want to ask is, how much danger do you think that we are in? And I ask that question because over here in America, we are not used to, let's just be honest, we are not used to missiles flying. We're not used to living in hostile environments. We don't know what it is to have to leave the house in fear of not coming back to the house because we were in a building and that building got hit by a missile and that building no longer stand. We don't know what it's like to be around people who will strap bombs to themselves and blow themselves up in the name of their gods. We've never had to live like that here in the West. Yeah, we have poverty. Yeah, we have a very extensive crime rate in a lot of cities. We suffer from mass shootings all the time, but we've never had to worry about the conflict of war in our nation. And so I asked the question, how much danger do you think that we're in? The economy is collapsing. I was just sharing with my wife, Banat Shalahaya, this morning while she was getting ready to go to work, that Bank of America, Wells Fargo, and also the U.S. Bank, they were telling their customers that their direct deposits are going to be late, and there's nothing that they can do about it except for just wait. That is for a reason. And the reason is that the elite, the Federal Reserve, one of the things that I really need us to get into our mind and understand that the Federal Reserve is not the government. Please have a difference when you talk Federal Reserve and the government. The government is a slave to the Federal Reserve as well. All of those billions of dollars that the government have been sending to Ukraine, those billions of dollars that they've been sending to Israel, those billions of dollars also that they sent over to Gaza as well. Yes, that's right. I said Israel and Gaza. The government had to borrow that money from the Federal Reserve. So that makes the government a debtor, while that makes the Federal Reserve a creditor. There's a difference between a creditor and a debtor. So the banks also borrow from the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve prints money to give out to the banks. And so the Federal Reserve agenda at this particular time is to get the public to begin to distrust the banking system, because the Federal Reserve has another agenda, which is to roll out a digital currency that they would be able to track every penny that you spend, and not only track every penny that you spend, control it as well. As long as you are in agreement with the way that they think, your money is safe. But as soon as you step outside of the box, then your money is in danger. So that within itself puts us in danger. Jews buying guns at a high rate right now. Ever since October the 7th, Jews are now all of a sudden saying that they are under attack more than any other racial group that is in America. To be honest with you, I myself have not seen it, but this is what is being reported by the Anti-Defamation League. And you've heard me say it time and time again, well, who is policing the police? How can the police do an investigation on the police? Who is policing the Anti-Defamation League? The Anti-Defamation League is the one that has recorded 312 anti-Semitic incidents between October 7th through the 23rd, and 190 of them which were directly linked to the war in Israel and Gaza. By comparison, during the same period in 2022, the Anti-Defamation League received preliminary reports of 64 incidents, including 4 that were Israel-related. This is the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, that is reporting this. This is not coming out of some government official. This is not coming from some mainstream media. The ADL is reporting this on their website. So how is it that these numbers can be trusted? So with these numbers, though, Jews are now starting to buy guns because they say that they need to protect themselves. They need to protect their families. And what I find strange about that is that the majority of Jews at a high percent, they are left wingers. They are Democrats. These are the ones that push and push and push for gun laws, for gun restraint laws, to take guns out of the hands of people. But yet now they're scared, quote unquote, and they're buying guns at an alarming rate. Cities are filled with migrants as well. We hear it all the time that the governor of Texas is shipping thousands of migrants from Texas to Florida, from Texas to Chicago, from Texas to New York. And I've been asking the question time and time again, who are these people that they are shipping all over the country? We could be looking at the greatest Trojan horse that America has ever seen. And so we got migrants and we got a crashing economy. We have Jews buying guns. And so this is why I asked the question, how much danger could we be in? In Houston, a man was arrested for learning how to make bombs. And he was supposed to be anti-Semitic. He had videos of himself at the shooting range that he was at learning how to shoot. And he was saying that he wanted to kill Jews. I have a video clip here that I want to run. We're going to get into this and what the FBI has to say, the director has to say about Hamas could be carrying out attacks on American soil. Check this out.
We began with a warning from the FBI director after a Jordanian citizen living here in Houston was arrested for looking into how to make bombs and supported killing Jews.
Our Matt Doherty is live in Spring tonight with new details in the case you first saw here on KHOU 11 News. Matt?
Yeah, this is one of the gun ranges where the suspect practiced firing weapons. The feds say he took video of that practice and posted it to social media. That's what first put him on the radar of the FBI.
20-year-old Sohaib Abu Yash is in federal custody tonight. Federal law prohibits most immigrants seeking asylum from possessing or firing a weapon. But that's exactly what prosecutors say he did, and in new court documents, that's not all they're alleging. The feds say Abu Yash was in contact with others who share a radical mindset and also viewed specific and detailed content posted by radical organizations. That content included lessons on how to make bombs or explosive devices. Prosecutors say he also made statements to others that supported the killing of people of certain religious faiths. They also say he had conversations about violence and being a martyr in support of a religious cause.
Our most immediate concern is that violent extremists, individuals or small groups, will draw inspiration from the events in the Middle East.
The FBI's director today referencing Abu Yash during a hearing on Capitol Hill as he warned the terror threat in the United States has reached the highest level in years. Today, we visited two Houston area gun ranges where prosecutors say Abu Yash trained. The first, Saddle River Spring Gun Range in Spring. The other in Northwest Harris County at Range USA. No one at either location would speak on camera, but according to court documents, they've cooperated with federal law enforcement. Not far from Range USA, we found the Northwest Harris County home where Abu Yash lived. And although there were people inside, they would not answer the door. Neighbors told us they had not heard anything about his arrest or the alleged extremist threat living right next door.
The suspect is in federal custody right now. He will not be released on bond because he has been deemed too much of a dangerous threat. However, he is not currently facing charges related to terrorism. We're live in Spring tonight. I'm Matt Doherty, KHOU 11 News.
Matt Doherty with the very latest in Spring. Thank you. Houston area Congresswoman Lizzie Fletcher issuing a statement late today about this case. It reads in part, as anti-Semitic threats against Jews in the United States have reached historic levels in recent weeks, it is critical that we ensure the safety of Jewish families. I am grateful and relieved that the FBI acted swiftly to thwart any planned attack.
Now, people, I don't know about you, but when I hear stuff like that, and I know what I'm about to say right now could be deemed as anti-Semitic, but I'm not anti-Semitic. There's no way that I can be anti-Semitic. But when I hear quotes like that, it's laughable to me. It really makes me chuckle. And the reason why it makes me chuckle is because we have been in this country for over 400 years. No one has ever been under attack the way that we have been under attack. The way that we are under attack. No one has ever raised an eyebrow. No one has ever raised a fist. No one has ever stood up to say that enough is enough. But now they want to say that the Jewish nation is under attack more than any other racial group that is in America. That within itself, if you are a so-called black man or black woman, boy or girl or child, that within itself should let you know what they really think about you. Because no one can deny the level of attacks that we receive over here in this country. No one can deny the treatment that we receive over here in this country. But yet, all of a sudden, the Jews are outranking us in being threatened. And they're buying guns at an alarming rate. Like I told my co-host, Ayo Ben Yahu, I said that should scare a lot of people. Jews with guns, they already have the law on their side. A Jew with a gun is just as dangerous as a police with a gun. Because the same excuse that the police use, the Jew would use as well. I fear for my life. Who is going to argue them? And what they're not telling us in the news is how Jews really feel about us, the so-called Negro that is in America. I believe that this soil that is called America is being set up for the takedown. What they're doing over there in Israel, in Gaza, in Palestine, what Israel is doing in Palestine, That should be a sign for all the world to see what type of people they really are. I'm all for defending yourself. October the 7th, Hamas ran up in there. They did what they did. There should have been an answer to it. But Israel did answer to it. But not only did they answered to it and then they went too far and beyond. They're steady bombing them. Look, Hamas and Palestine are two different things. Hamas is a terrorist group, while Palestine is a nation of people. The Palestinians, the majority of them, have absolutely nothing to do with Hamas. So explain to me, Israel, the bombings of the hospitals, the bombings of the apartments, and all of the thousands and thousands and thousands of casualties of innocent civilian lives that you have taken, saying that you are trying to root out Hamas. If you're trying to root out Hamas, then go for Hamas. Stop killing innocent people. But I believe, and I pray that I'm wrong, but I believe that America is setting it up to have the same thing here. This is the bottom line, people. The people in Israel need somewhere else to go. That little bitty strip of land that they're on, it's not being able to hold them. This is why they allowed the attack. This is why they allowed the attack of Hamas on them, so that they can retaliate and say that we are retaliating in self-defense. But the whole purpose is that they can take that land. Who's to say that they don't have that agenda for over here in America as well? Jews buying guns. They're fabricating stories that they are under attack more than anybody else that is over here. We got immigrants that is over here that we have absolutely no idea who they are. I believe, and I could be wrong, but I believe that America is being set up to be overtaken by those who say that they are Jews, but are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. In my closing, Yasha had made a comment, Mark chapter 13. He said, I pray that your flight be not in winter. And I was thinking about this the other day, and I was saying to myself, I honestly do not believe that he was talking about winter, the season. But I believe that he was talking about winter in the time of times. What follow winter is spring. Winter is the very last season of the year. What happens in winter? Everything's get cold and everything begins to die. So when he say, pray that your flight be not in winter, he was saying that have enough oil in your lamps, that you don't be afraid and that you have to fight to try to stay alive in the end of time. Because what follows winter is spring. And if you read the book of Enoch, Enoch divided the world into weeks. We are in the 7th week. But there was an 8th week, and the 8th week is the world renewed. 2 Ezras tell us that Esau was the end of this world, but Jacob is the beginning of the world to come. We are in winter, people. And tell me what your thoughts is when it comes to Americans could have attacks carried out on us on U.S. soil. I am Shir Yeshua Judah. Please tune in to the Truth Be Told Flex podcast every Wednesday, 7:30 Central, 8:30 Eastern. To be myself, Ayob Ben Yahu, and Banat Shalahaya. where we have more news, more conversations on these topics. Until next time, Shalom and Barakatah.